Okay, so let's talk about second jobs. What's required to count the income from a second job? Verification of secondary employment income. Secondary employment income is income that is derived from a second job or multiple jobs the borrower may have. The lender must verify the following. Verification of a minimal history of 2 years secondary income employment is recommended. However, income that has been received for a shorter period of time, but no less than 12 months, may be considered as acceptable income as long as there are positive factors to reasonably offset the shorter income history. A borrower may have a history that includes different employers, which is acceptable as long as income has been consistently received. In no instance may the borrower have any gap in employment greater than 1 month in the most recent 12-month period unless the secondary employment is considered seasonal income, subject to the requirements below. So no 1 month gap. You can't take a month off from your second job if you want to count it as income. Secondary employment must be documented by obtaining the following: a completed request for verification of employment, or the borrower's recent pay stub and IRS W-2 forms covering the most recent 2-year period. Signed federal income tax returns may also be required to verify unemployment income related to seasonal employment. A verbal VOE is also required from each employer. As these income types may be hourly or seasonal, refer to the general income information for additional information on calculating variable income. For additional information about verifying employment income. Okay, you can also see standards for employment documentation. Okay, that is it's an interesting. There's some caveats there, some interesting scenarios. This has come up for me in the past. What's fascinating is when you have a person who has just come out of college or just come out of high school even. And so they've worked some part-time jobs through high school. One of their part-time jobs turned into almost full-time. And what do we call full-time anymore these days? Somebody's working 30 hours a week, but they're a firefighter and let's say they're working 3/12. So they're getting paid for 36 hours a week as a firefighter, but they've got 4 days off a week. So they've got a second job. And maybe they've not worked that second job for 12 months, but prior to they're starting this second job, they were in college. Or maybe they've worked their second job for maybe 2 or 3 years, but it's that first job with a new career out of high school or out of college or out of some kind of short-term secondary school. All of those things kind of lay different layers into this. So counting that secondary income, it's important that we figure out exactly how to do it. Again, I've told you every time, tell you hundreds of times. Well, I guess this is video 20. It's just 20 times, but 20 times now I've told you I'm with Churchill Mortgage. I love Churchill Mortgage. I feel like it's the right lender for me. And I'd love for you to help me grow Churchill Mortgage across the state of North Carolina. If that interests you, reach out. Let's talk. I'm interested if you are a self-producing loan originator. That's who I'm looking for today.